Ready? Alright, roll it. Recording.
Cameras rolling.
All right,
Cameras rolling.
Nicole, TMH interview. Please introduce yourself and what's your homecoming title?
So, wait. Do I be like, hi guys? Or I'm just like talking, like I'm actually just talking to you?
Yeah, like, oh, my name is...
Okay. My name is...
Let me restart.
Okay.
It's so great to have you here today for the making of Homecoming 2022 interviews. So can you introduce yourself and your homecoming title?
Yeah, of course. I'm Nicole Bailey, and I'm one of the 2022 Homecoming royalty.
Awesome. So Nicole, it's been a few months since we last spoke. So orient me and tell me about how has life been, school and otherwise.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Last semester was really good. One of my harder semesters, which I was kind of surprised about being senior year. But I got a job, which was really good. So I know last time we talked about how I was going to take a nap in the future. This time I'm working at Accenture Federal Services in Arlington as a consultant. So I'm pretty excited about that. I've done a little bit of traveling. I went to Turks and Caicos with my family, which was pretty fun. Some not so fun things. I got a concussion since we've done it. I had to go to urgent care in Turks and Caicos, which also wasn't fun, but I've had a pretty good semester, I would say, so far, and hoping to continue that through the rest of this year.
All right, so Nicole, one question I really want to get to is the update about your platform. So can you remind us what your platform is and also give an update on your platform's execution or planning for its completion for this semester?
Yeah, of course. So my platform is raising awareness in supporting childhood cancer, and my event that I was planning to do and I'm planning on doing, I guess, is having a big event on campus to have like different card making and wish list donations and bracelet making and just like gifts and just learning more about like how students and faculty can help raise awareness and support childhood cancer. And specifically my event is for the Carolyn Children's Hospital in Roanoke, so helping specifically in like Southwest Virginia because they don't get a lot of support there. And it's one of the 5 treatment facilities in Virginia, and a lot of people don't know about it because Southwest Virginia is kind of small. So I'd love to like give back to like a community that's so close to us.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming. It was so great. You can already see how much the donations and the gift bags and cards are going to go so well to the hospital. So thank you guys so much for coming.
So because your platform and because you were a court candidate, now court royalty, I want to kind of take us back to the filming of Homecoming Court 72 Questions, HC 72Q. So tell me about your experience filming. What was it like? And what did you do to prepare for your answers?
Yeah, so I remember the first time you guys told us about it in like our meeting, and I was like, oh my gosh, I had like a girl from my sorority who was helping me, and we were like trying to like remember all the questions in the parking lot walking home. We were like, she was just asking me them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna know what to say. Like, I'm gonna look so dumb. But I guess we kind of like forgot about it, and then it like came up so quickly, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know really how to prepare. And then we all just talked about like just to be myself, just say whatever comes to mind. And so I didn't really prepare a lot, but I think it kind of helped me because I am someone who like stresses a lot and like tries to almost over prepare. But I think it was almost better that it was like more natural and just like I said I was gonna go take a nap, which I did. It was just wholeheartedly me. So I think it was pretty good.
So looking back at October, before we even got into homecoming week, orient me through how you felt, let's say the Friday before homecoming started, and then talk about those emotions and feelings going into homecoming week with, I'm assuming the pressure of your homecoming court, there's a lot of eyes on you. Tell me about that.
For sure. So I know like the weekend before was fall break, and so all my roommates, a bunch of my friends actually went to Nashville and went like to do that, and I thought about it, but I was like I was just way too stressed, like way too like overwhelmed with everything. And so I actually ended up going home, and one of my roommates actually came with me because she was from Richmond too. And like, it was really nice just being home with my family, like getting away from everything. Like, obviously it was in the back of my mind, but I didn't think about it as much. And it was just really nice to spend time with my family, like get away from everything and just like relax with them. But I know coming back, it was back to reality and everything. And it was really exciting, but I feel like it was really good for me to just go home and get that debrief kind of thing and not have as much stress on me.
Yeah. So a question has popped into my head regarding our last question about your platform. So when people come to your event, what should they expect and what do you want them to get out of it?
Yeah, of course. I think a lot of people, especially like just when I was talking to them about like my platform and everything, a lot of people didn't realize everybody like knows cancer. Everyone knows how terrible it is, how many people it impacts. But I think a lot of people don't know how many like children it impacts every year and how often it occurs, because it's like breast cancer and other cancers I feel like are just more publicized and more talked about. And I just want to be able to just walk away and know more about childhood cancer and just the different types, how it impacts. And just also another thing that I think I got out of like my platform that I didn't expect was just learning about other people's stories. I've actually gained a couple friends, like just being able to talk to them about my experience and their experience as well. And it was like kind of a bonding thing. And it was just really cool to have that kind of thing. And so I think just having people who aren't maybe in Greek life, who aren't in organizations, freshmen who don't really know anything, having them come to my event and just being like more involved in the Virginia Tech community, knowing that they can make a difference even if they aren't in an organization or anything like that, I think was a long answer, but something around those lines.
Got it, thank you. So let's kind of jump back to homecoming week. So Tuesday was the homecoming showcase, the inaugural event that was kind of the first of its rendition. So tell me about how it felt presenting your platform in front of hundreds of people instead of just like one-on-one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a great public speaker. Like I get really nervous, and so looking out originally like on everyone was really scary. It just was a bunch of faces, and I even like tripped up a little bit when I was talking, but then I saw different people I knew in the audience, and it like calmed me a lot more to know like I had so much support and that I was like doing this for a really good cause that meant so much to me as well as so many others. And so it was really cool to like just share it, like you said, like to so many more people than just talking about it with my friends and family.
Yeah. So I know you weren't able to watch the premiere of HG72Q, but I want to kind of touch on who was your inspiration, like throughout all the stressfulness of what homecoming is, what specifically homecoming court is in that process. Who was your support system throughout all that?
Yeah, for sure. So one, obviously my family. My brother goes here, and so like even just going to talk to him about everything, just because he was kind of out of it, like not in Greek life or anything, was really nice. And then obviously my sorority, my organization, they were just so supportive through everything. We've had multiple candidates in the past, but I think we've been able to see like how much support you really do need for it, and like how you need like an actual support system. Like so many of them would just like be like, oh, let me drive you to class, or let me pick up the like table or whatever. It was just so many different small things, but having like them like just supporting me for those little things meant like the world to me, and it was like even better than like the big things, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, thank you. I think speaking big, I want to hear about your experience hearing your name called by the president of the university at the Pitt homecoming game. So what was it like being on the field in front of tens of thousands of people and hearing Nicole Bailey.
It was so like surreal. Like it was, if I'm being honest, before I walked on the field, I told my brother right before, because he walked me out, I was like, I didn't win, it's okay. Like I honestly, wholeheartedly, I texted my family, I was like, it's all right. Like I'm so proud of everything I did and accomplished. And then they said Reed's name, and I was like, oh, they were probably going in alphabetical order. Like I really didn't get it. And so then I was just like looking around, and then they said my name, and I like wholeheartedly thought they didn't say my name, and I was just imagining like that would be so cool if they said my name. So I like just stood there like looking around, and then like I see like everyone start looking at me, and my brother like grabbed my arm, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it was just so crazy. Like there were parts in the week when I was like, maybe, but I like really didn't think so. And so it was like just such a cool moment, and just seeing all the people, like it was just so crazy and so cool.
You were stunned.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so Nicole, so you won homecoming royalty, which should have been, I'm guessing, a great feeling.
Yes, for sure.
Were your parents surprised? Were they happy? Were they just over the moon?
They were just crazy. Like I've seen them happy before, but that was just a crazy experience. Like I even asked them, I was like, did you get a video of like me winning and stuff? And they're like, like we both took a video, but like I saw it later, and they really took it, and they were like, oh my gosh, that's my daughter. Like it was just so crazy. And so like I don't know, I was also glad like they were together, like, and I was with my brother. It was just kind of cool that they had each other too, and it was just so crazy that they were so excited.
Second member of homecoming royalty is Nicole Bailey.
Oh my God! Oh my gosh! Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
Nicole, looking holistically over the spring and then the fall, what was your favorite part of homecoming?
Yeah, I would say probably like just thinking about like in my room, like trying to debate like if I was gonna do homecoming, like thinking about it. And even I know I talked about in like the homecoming court 72 questions interview, just about how like I've always grown up going to all the homecoming games. So I've always seen it like every year, and like just going from like thinking about it to then being on the field and like just touching so many people with my platform. I think just that it's so surreal that like I was able to do that and like touch so many people and like just bring awareness to a cause that means so much to me as well as my family, and like just doing all of that and just like, I don't know, being a senior in college, being able to do all that was just really cool.
Yeah, so I guess the flip side, what was your least favorite part?
I would say that sometimes I felt like, I don't know if this sounds bad, I don't know if I should say this one, but that like, it kind of felt like sometimes it was a competition between the court candidates, and I don't know, it was like we all had such cool platforms and such unique ones, and that meant so much to each and every one of us. And I think maybe whether it was between us, or sometimes I feel like it wasn't even between us, but like organizations more thought it was like a competition, and like other people, and they're like, oh, I hope you be like blah blah, or like whatever kind of thing, like that it shouldn't be like that at all. Like, because I learned so much about so many other people and just their platforms, things I didn't know at all like about before. And I think that was, I guess, kind of my least favorite part, just that sometimes it was like more competition than it like should be, I guess.
So earlier this morning we talked with Ashlyn, the director of court, and she talked about how homecoming court is not supposed to be about the competition. It's supposed to be about the intention behind the platform and whatever cause or organization you're trying to bring awareness to. So that kind of reminds me of your answer. So do you feel like a lot of people have that misconception that it's a competition? Like, I mean, yes, there's voting, but structurally and within just conversation, how do you feel about that?
I think it's more like, and even I kind of said the court candidates, but I think the court candidates know more that it's not a competition between each and every one of us, but I think it's more organizations and even like just the general public, like, because homecoming used to be like a popularity contest. Like when I came, like when I was little, it was like the most popular person kind of thing, the person on the football team, cheerleader, whatever it may be. And I think sometimes people also think like, oh, it's a sorority like backing you up kind of thing, and they think it is that kind of competition between organizations. But I think that's one misconception throughout homecoming, that it's not like that, and it's just trying to bring awareness to like a college campus.
Yeah. All right. So this is not the last time we're going to see each other. We're going to see each other at the 2023 homecoming parade. So in the meantime, what 3 pieces of advice would you give the next homecoming courts candidates?
I guess some piece of advice that I would give the new court candidates would be is just to get to know the other court candidates. You're going to be spending a lot of time with them, so just get to know them as people outside of homecoming, become friends with them, get to know their platforms and more about like why they chose that as their cause. And then another part I would say is just when you're boothing and like talking to different people, just like let them know that this isn't really a competition. It's just trying to gain support for different causes that mean a lot to people, and just talk about different other causes as well. Like be like, oh, I know this other court candidate is supporting this cause if they bring that up, and just trying to support one another instead of trying to bring competition, I think would be another big piece of advice.
Yeah. So I think as we wrap up, something that's not on my card, it may be a big question, but after you are done with royalty after next year, what do you want your legacy to be here at Virginia Tech beyond homecoming?
Yeah, I guess that was actually a question I got asked during my homecoming interview, and I still remember it because I was like, wow, that's like one, a really good question, but two, I was like, I don't know exactly what I want it to be. And I guess the biggest thing, like, I guess I want to be known as a person as well as just at Virginia Tech. It's just that, like, I guess this is kind of cliche, but like that I did make a difference, whether it was on one person or multiple people. And I do think that is something I was able to accomplish just from the different people that I talked to that I already knew, and they shared their stories with childhood cancer, or like the new people that I had met and I still talk to now, like even from October, like now I can say like friends I met that like we were able to bond like through like a really hard time that like we both went through, but like just being able to like bond over that experience, and like just knowing that there are other people to like gain with the support system. I think just knowing that I made a difference in people's lives, whether it was one or like multiple, I think is just something that I want to be known by, I guess.
So is there anything else you would like to say that I have not asked?
Yeah, I would say just one, thank you to homecoming board, court, everybody. Like, it was one of the best experiences, if not the best experience I've had in my life, definitely in college. And it was just so cool to like come together with people to raise awareness about a cause. And it was just a really cool experience just to get to know so many people on the Virginia Tech campus that maybe I wouldn't have interacted with, which I think was really cool as well.
Well, that's everything I have for you. Thank you so much, Nicole, for participating in Homecoming 22, in the making of Homecoming 22 original documentary. It's a lot of words. I don't have a cute acronym like HC72Q, but thank you so much for everything you do, and I'm sure you are going to leave your legacy here at Virginia Tech. Just print it. So thank you so much, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye, guys. I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, we're good. Go ahead, cut it.